G'day, Steve Morgan here, Fishing Monthly Magazine's down on the Broadwater in southeast Queensland with Gary Honeychurch from Whittley, doing something which is a little bit new to me. It's a Whittley cruising boat test. I'm used to testing the Whittley fishing boats, and on a sort of a rainy sort of day today, this is the sort of luxury that I think we're going to need out of the water, Gary.
Oh, certainly. You'll get all the luxury you'll ever want in a 2180, Steve. Full canopy, full covers, plenty of warmth, plenty of cover, plenty of shelter. Perfect for getting out there.
And I think that's what family boating's all about. It's about being comfortable on the water. If you're having a good time out there and you don't want to go home, you're going to enjoy more time on the water with the people you love.
Yeah, certainly will. You'll always be warm and dry in a 2180, that's for certain.
Now, as far as Whittley cruisers go, where does this sit in the range?
The 2180 is actually the second smallest in the range, but as all Whittley cruisers, they all come with a standard with a bed, toilet, sink, stove, shower, somewhere to store your food options. This one does not have the option with a fridge, is probably the difference.
Yep.
But the beauty about the 2180, it actually has the full external walk around on the outside of the boat.
Yep. And I noticed that people use these nearly as a caravan that can go on and off the water. You call them water bagos, don't you?
We do, Steve, that's true. We, yes, jokingly use that term, but it is like a caravan on water. You can stay on the boat in a caravan park, you can stay on the boat on the water, of course. This one is really built for a couple, two people, with a very, very sizable bed up front.
Yep.
And everything else in the back of the boat.
Now, people looking at a boat like this, you may have had a boat which is, a runabout or a trailer boat with a small amount of comfort. What do you need to tow it? It looks like a big rig, but it's not actually that heavy on the back of a truck.
No, it's actually not big on the back of a vehicle. It's actually about 1.9 tonne boat motor and trailer dry, and we give it to you on a dual axle 2.2 mechanically braked trailer. So your average vehicle that would be at 2.5 tonne would easily tow this vehicle.
Yep.
And manage it quite comfortably.
And of course, a lot of families have the twin cab utes now. Those would absolutely eat up.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Your 3.3 tonne rated vehicle, you could stack it full of everything and more, and you'd be towing it very, very comfortably.
Well, I do know that when families travel, they do take a lot of stuff, so it's good to have that leeway to make sure that your towing weights aren't going to go over. Now, this thing powered by Mercury's 3-litre, 135 horsepower, 4-stroke outboard. You guys have only recently switched to Mercury as your preferred partner. Looks good on the back of this boat, doesn't it?
The Mercury certainly does look good on the back of the Whittley with the matching colours. Yes, the big black angry Merc is a beautiful partnership that Whittley are very, very proud to be associated with.
And I suppose if you're looking at something with the Mercury, remember they have the 3+3 year warranty. It's a 6-year warranty, 3 years, but another 3 years if you get it done through your local Mercury dealer, get the annual servicing done there. So a lot of peace of mind, I suppose. Australian built boat, well covered motor, and an Australian built trailer. You put a lot of it together in this country, don't you?
It is, it is a perfect package, and it is keeping it internal to Australia. Keeping Australian jobs, Steve.
Tell the guys where they're built. It's the factory down in Melbourne, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Everything is actually is made and assembled in the factory in Melbourne, northern suburbs. Has been for approximately 70 years coming up. So everything from all of your fabrics, which the customer who would buy a boat like this would have to choose their colours. There's plenty in the range. All your clears, your fabrics, even the colour of the boat that you see. There's lots and lots of different options in that as well.
Yep.
So.
There you go, great Australian success story, Whittley Boats. We're going to do what we normally do at Fishing Monthly Magazines. Going to put it on the water and probably do some of my most comfortable performance stats ever. So there you go, that's what one of Whittley's smaller cruisers, the CR2180, looks like out on the Broadwater. Even snuck it out onto the Pacific Ocean across a pretty small bar there, and got a bit of a feel for what this hull ride's like on the rougher water. One of the things I was quite surprised about was that with the canvases all the way back, it actually does suck in a little bit of sea spray. So if you want a totally dry ride, I'd actually nearly take them off or have them fully enclosed when you're running along. That said, great little hull, felt good, felt safe out on the water there. I did notice that in this model they've gone away from Whittley's standard rubber decking. There's a clip-in vinyl based floor that you can sort of clip in and out, pretty easy to keep clean, feels quite nice underfoot actually, and but they still have gone for that rubber style decking on the back duckboards and those high traffic areas, and I think they're finding a nice balance between what feels good and what's easy to maintain. As I said earlier, this is one of the first times I've been in one of Whittley's cruiser boats, and I'm really not used to this amount of luxury in a trailer boat. Some of the bigger models have fridges, but this model has eskies, it has sinks and basins underneath the seats. It has ample berthage up the front. You can lie down up the front, sleep a couple of people really easily. And it's got a really good social seating layout. I'm always interested in how much cockpit have we got for fishing, but in this case, it's how can you arrange those seats to have a good day on the water. You can pop the table up, you can put a spread of food out, you can have a few beers, and you can have a great afternoon on the water with your family, because of course not everyone wants to go fishing for 16 hours a day. Took me a long time to realise that, but that is the truth. I really like the dash layout as well. Pretty similar between this and I think Whittley's FF series. They can fit big sounders flush mounted in, as well as any of the other electronic gauging, etc. that you need. This one's got a reasonably large sounder in the dash, but you can fit the sounder to suit your needs. Not every person who's a boater is a fisherman that needs the world's biggest electronics in it. Whatever combination that you find will fit in that dash there. Also like that you can really walk around the edge of this boat. It's not the easiest boat to walk around, but you can sort of walk all the way around when you're coming into the beach and you want to arrange that boat to get your family on and off. Performance wise, probably had a little bit too much prop on it. This had a 17-inch Mercury inertia prop on it. Top speed 61 kilometres an hour at only 5,000 RPM. You want to drop that pitch down an inch or two, you'll get up to the near 6,000 RPM that these four strokes like running at. This one, of course, Mercury's 3-litre 135 horsepower four-stroke. At that speed, at wide open, 61 kilometres an hour, got 1.4 kilometres per litre. But back it off to 3,500 RPM, which is the best cruising speed, 42 kilometres an hour and 1.7 litres per kilometre burned. And we all know that petrol's getting more expensive. We want to get our best value for money for it. Talking about value for money, let's talk about pricing. As tested, this boat just over $133,000. On the showroom though, it's around $125,000, and packages with that boat and trailer and maybe a smaller motor start from just over $100,000 at $107,713. If you're interested in any of these sort of boats, the best thing to do is go into your nearest Whittley dealership. You go to their website, whittleyboats.com.au. It'll tell you where the local dealer is. Talk to them about it. They're all Whittley experts. They all know the best way to configure the CR for your needs.